latest issue of Living is available at lndmall.lk. You can also access the digital version on Press Reader, Maxter, our social media platforms and WhatsApp.
Hi, I'm Nabeela from Stone Jewellery, and today I'll be answering Living's questions for Living Gets Real.
Hi Nabeela, welcome to Living Gets Real and a very happy new year to you. Thank you for being on the first show for the year with us. Let's start with the first question. So what inspired you to start Stone Jewellery, and how did your journey into the world of fine jewellery begin?
Interesting. Happy New Year to you guys as well. I hope we all have a great year. Interestingly, I actually grew up hating jewelry.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, it was not something in the plans at all. It was only after I got married to my husband, who is a second generation gemstone dealer, that I got introduced to fine jewelry. So it was a completely new world to me when I started. And I was like, wait, what are these gemstones? They're so beautiful, and some can go super expensive, and I think that's how I actually got into this industry, because if not, I was really not your go-to jewelry girl.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So what drew you to the materials you used? Because it says that stone jewelry uses only precious metals and natural gemstones, right? And how do they shape the aesthetic of your line?
So I traveled and worked with my husband on a few gem trade shows internationally. So it was based out of the US and Hong Kong. And with my experience there, I really learned a lot about fine jewelry, and I would meet people who would tell me their stories behind the pieces. And more often than not, these were pieces that they wore for years without even taking them off. And that really made me realize how jewelry has always historically been a part of your identity, and it only made sense then to use materials that would make it last. Because I did grow up as somebody who would buy any kind of jewelry, but now I'm only in fine jewelry, but it's mostly because of that beautiful purpose behind fine jewelry, that it's something that you would wear today and then maybe at some point pass it down to your loved ones as a part of you.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so taking something from what you just mentioned, I think craftsmanship is important in your line of work, right? So can you maybe take us through your design process from maybe start to finish very briefly?
I think as a designer, I have evolved. In the beginning, it would just be taking pictures off of maybe Pinterest and replicating it. But now it starts with an idea as to what could this piece mean to the wearer. For instance, our recent collection was our fingerprint collection.
I saw that. I thought it was very, very unique and nice.
Thank you. So I think with that, I've started to really first look at what kind of meaning this piece can bring to the wearer, and then try to translate it into how we can make it work. So I would say now I have a little bit more of an experienced knowledge in jewelry making, because I did do a jewelry making course, and I've been working with jewelry for a long time now. So it starts with an idea that then becomes a sketch, and then I meet with my craftsmen. We work with a team of 3 smiths who work with us full time, and they're amazing at what they do. So they would look at it, and they'll probably sometimes give me their ideas as to how we can make it look even better, because I am more of I like my designs to have that sleek edge. I mean, I don't like a clustering or something like that. So I think now my craftsmen know what I'm looking for, and they also try to think out of the box. So it is a teamwork as well, and definitely starts with an idea as to how this can become a part of someone's story, and then how do we make it into a...
So I suppose then your packaging also kind of has the same vibe, right? From what you give to your customer, the end product, correct?
I really like to... Initially, I did focus a lot on packaging, because I think it's about the experience. When you buy something that's a little bit more on the higher end of the price point, you want the end consumer, especially if they purchased it online, when they receive it, to feel like, oh wow, like this is something different. So even our packaging involves a card that tells our story, and just something that's more than just a piece of metal. So it's really about a story that we craft.
Lovely, lovely. So what is your approach to building brand recognition and customer loyalty, which I think is very, very crucial in this day and age?
With brand recognition, we work heavily with storytelling, and that starts with the story of stone. What is stone? It is, yes, a jewelry brand, but it stands for like a higher sense of being, where we believe the pieces that we make are not going to change you, but you wearing them are going to be the person changing the world for yourself. So our brand recognition starts with a story beyond jewelry, because at the end of the day, no matter how fine a piece is, it is what it is. It is something that is a material good, but it's the wearer who brings more meaning to that piece, and we're trying to bridge that gap. And in terms of customer loyalty, I think we are obsessed with customer service. Anybody that we hire into the team, that's the first thing that they learn. Like, the customer is essentially who we are to serve. So I'm so grateful we have a customer base that's loyal and that keeps coming back, and I think that has to do with our obsession with servicing them, because yes, we're selling a good, like a product, but it comes with that service aspect to it.
Of course, very true. So as the founder of Stone, you are probably wearing many hats, right? From designer, accountant, marketer, and various other hats. So what's the most rewarding part of doing all of it, and possibly also the biggest challenge that you face?
The most rewarding part has to be when a customer says that they liked their piece or they like a particular design, because I think part of me is still like, people actually like what I'm making. So it's really rewarding. I seriously, even anytime I hear a customer say that they loved their piece, it just makes me feel so happy, because I'm like, okay, I would have not seen myself in this industry 15 years ago, but now I don't not see myself in this industry. So when I get that sort of praise or compliment that comes genuinely from the customer, because they really liked the piece, it feels like all of this work is, it's reaping its benefits.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. So what has been the biggest challenge for you in your journey?
So our biggest challenge has to be winning the trust of our target audience, because we're an online store, and so far we've managed to win the trust of many customers every month, and I'm again so grateful, because I get it. We're a brown group of people who don't trust online businesses. Like, my mom would not put her card for anything.
Okay.
So the fact that we have people who can trust us is a challenge, because we're constantly trying to tell them, hey, we're not here to take your money and run away. So far we've done well, and my challenge is now to make sure to put that message out to everybody, because in Sri Lanka we don't trust online businesses, and then when you're an online business that's selling fine jewelry at a higher price point, it definitely is a challenge. But my team and I have been doing, I would say, well so far, so we're just gonna keep doing what we do and hopefully do it better.
Amazing. Okay. Well, thank you, Nabeela. So we've come to the end of segment 1, which is our question. And we go into segment 2, which is a fun little game we have for you. So we'll see you soon.
See ya.
The latest issue of LMD is available at lmdmall.lk. You can also access the digital version on Press Reader, Maxter, our social media platforms, and WhatsApp. The Voice of Business, a legacy of 30 years.
Alright, Nabeela, welcome to segment 2, which is a fun little game we have for you. So given that you are in the jewelry industry, we've come up with a game. It's this or that, but it's a jewelry edition. So I will make a few statements and then you have to pick one or the other. cannot pick both, and you cannot say no. So you pick one or the other.
I'll try.
Okay, let's start. The first one. Okay. Round cut diamond or fancy shape?
Round cut.
White gold or yellow gold?
Yes, gold.
Subtle style or statement pieces?
Subtle style.
Leather watch strap or stainless steel?
Depends on the color. If it's gold, no, maybe I would go with the leather strap.
Okay. Sterling silver fashion or diamond fashion?
Diamond fashion.
Less is more or layering is life?
Layering is life.
As we can see. Rings or bracelets? Since you're wearing both,
Yeah.
quite a few of them.
And I don't take off my bracelets also. But I think rings, it makes you feel a certain, like you just like,
Yeah. Chokers or pendant necklaces?
that's a tough one. Maybe chokers.
Okay. Dangling earrings or studs?
These are a little hard even though it's jewelry based.
It is.
Maybe studs, if I had to choose one.
Okay. Big hoops or small hoops?
Big hoops. Bigger the hoop,
The better.
bigger the look.
Okay. Gold accents or silver accents?
Gold accents.
Short necklaces or long necklaces?
Short so that you can pair it up with something long.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Stud back or fish hook?
Fish hook, it's easier to take in and off.
Right. Prints or solids?
Solids.
Okay, the last one. Neutral or bright?
I started off as a bright girl, but now I've moved into neutral. But I'm hoping I'll find bright again soon.
Or a like a in between, a nice balance.
But for
between
now,
the
I'll
both.
go with neutral.
All right. Okay, so that is the end of our game segment. Thank you, Nabeela, for being on the show, and it was a pleasure having you with us today. We wish you and Stoned all the very best for all the future collections that you have planned for the new year, and let's looking forward to seeing many stories coming up.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I had a great time, so I'll see you around.
All right, great.
There you have it. These are my answers to the questions and the game. Be sure to check out Living's Instagram and Facebook pages for the latest episodes of Living Gets Real. And Happy New Year to all of you.